top 6 things we believe you need to start thinking about. Number 1, I always talk about knowing your data in the data security world, but it's vitally important that you inventory, right? Not just your applications, but the secrets and certificates that are associated with that. And also start looking at ownerless apps and go find owners. You can't have orphaned applications, because the app has this, I can't say this, client secret, because that song, I've got the key, I've got the secret in my head, because I'm that old, right? So know what, is it Ace of Base? Wow, the fact that you knew that like immediately. Yes, for those that are on the call, Nick and I are about 3 months apart from an age perspective. So we do share the same knowledge of music from when it landed. Clearly, Nick knows more about that song than I do. Treat expiry as business risk. I don't know why people don't do this. It's not a help desk ticket to tell you to go, hey, renew that secret, right? It's not a help desk ticket. That's just wrong. 3, start looking at certificates over secrets, right? It's a little bit more clunky to get that thing sorted out, but at least your cert might not be laying in some DevOps repo that has a DevOps company, a development house that doesn't work for you, still have access to that repo.
Can we talk about number 3 for a second?
Yes, please.
So on the slide, it says something about managed identities over both where Azure hosted, and that's easy to gloss over. And something that we've talked about a lot on these shows is how massively over-permissioned some applications are, including backup applications. So if you look at your average backup application, it'll have a managed identity, and it'll potentially have a service principal that comes with it. And you might just ask, but why? And the but why is that if you want a managed identity to work or to interact with M365, you need it to run on Azure infrastructure. So you think, but why? Well, the code executing the request must be on Azure infrastructure for it to run on M365 apps, because that's how it was designed by design. So if you have a backup vendor that is still on the deploying,
backups. He's still on the backups.
I'm still there.
What
and
backup
the reason
vendor
why
hurt you, Nick? What backup
well,
vendor
it's something
hurt
that you
you?
said yesterday during the dry run, Al, or it could have been Monday. All the days blend into one.
Monday, yeah.
Is why do we care about application registrations? Because they have permissions attached.
They do have permissions. They all have permissions. Otherwise, they do nothing.
And one of our least favorite permissions is read-write.all. So consider that if your backup vendor backing up your Microsoft infrastructure is hosting their backup infrastructure on not Azure, then they are not using managed identities, but they have to use service principals.
Yeah. Okay. Now I understand where you're going with the backup vendor. I get it. Yes. Yes, it is important that there is a place, and I removed those slides, Nick. There is a place for service principals. You cannot just eradicate service principals and replace them with managed identities. Also vitally important. There is a place for service principals, and Nick just explained to you the place for service principals. However, that secret that's associated with that service principal, from a credential rotation perspective, you should start looking at automating, adding a new secret and letting the other one expire, but making sure that the new secret is added to the application tool chain so that it just moves on quietly without any interruption. Makes sense? Continuous evaluation, continuous everything, right? And there is a slide that talks to that. Stay ahead of these expirations so that you don't have downtime, right? And monitor what's going on that across your tenant, right? And establish a baseline for these things. Get the notifications 30 days before they expire. Make sure that you have another notification 15 days before they expire if you haven't fixed it. And then on the day that they expire, a day before that, get another notification if you haven't fixed it. So, pick one critical app, just one, right? Go do the app inventory, pick one, right? And start remediating just one. Get a feel for what it actually takes to do these things, right? And make sure that you then apply that muscle memory to everything.